It's been obvious for some time now that games usually come and go really quickly, and usually when you play a game, you're done in about 40 hours at best, and you move on. But rarely is there a game that actually sticks for 100, 200 plus hours. And I want to talk to you guys about a certain game that has not only been amazing, and you could put it on your shelf and say that was great and move on, but a game that has replayability in such a way where you're not really getting new information every time you replay it, but because the story is just so amazing and the effort put into the world and the decisions that are made makes such an impact to the overall gameplay that it makes you want to come back. And even though you're playing the same thing over and over again, it never feels like it's a redundant game. It always feels like it's something new, something better. And that game is obviously the Elder Scrolls Skyrim, the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim game. And although Oblivion was high up there, Skyrim pretty much took the cake, and this game came out in 2011. That was 6 years ago, and it is still played by a large community, and not to mention that there is a large modding community that makes the game even better than its original intentions. Now, obviously, most of you know about these mods, and a lot of the mods are, aesthetic, and they are meant to make the game look better. But there's also some mods that increase, like, storylines. Like, they'll actually add new places and add new quests, which adds to the lore. And don't forget, all of these people in the modding community have followed Elder Scrolls religiously, and they know all of the lore that's actually not even included in the games, let alone like in anything else. And these people will include them in the Skyrim game, and good job to Bethesda for including the modding tools that made it possible for these people to enjoy modding their game. And it's not just the mods that makes this game amazing. It's a 6-year-old game, but the graphics, I feel, were still beyond its time. And even though I myself have added like 50, 60 mods to the game, like a third of it being graphical improvements, it's still the unmodded version of the game is still amazing. And please know that this video is not just praising a video game. It's actually like it's praising the company too, because they did a really good job with this iteration of the Elder Scrolls game. And because they have so much lore, they can create 4 or even 5 more games, and they would not lose their, player base, because there's just so much story behind all of these things, and that there's still more stories to be told that have not been told, either by the modding community or Bethesda themselves. And that's why even today I play this game. Even today I go back to it, and personally, I have bought the collector's edition of Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Nice big box, and it actually came with a statuette of Alduin, which was pretty awesome, and he's perched on a stone. But anyway, I bought that, and when just how long ago was that? Several months ago, they released the special edition for Skyrim. And I went ahead and bought that too, because it's worth it. Even though I bought the game, the special edition increases. It's actually, the special edition was pretty much meant for the modding community, because they increased the capacity of the RAM that the game can withstand. So that means that now we can put more mods, and it'll be more stable rather than the game shutting down. Granted, that can still happen, but you just have to not put so many mods. But regardless, the game is great. Now, I'm not sitting here and saying that the game is perfect and has no flaws at all. Please don't misunderstand, because that is definitely not the case. And the more popular a game is, the more popular its shortcomings will be. And just like the internet to make fun of people, celebrities, whatnot, they will equally make fun of a game that has so many problems. So yes, Skyrim does have problems, but they're not game-breaking problems. They can be funny at some times, where someone is like, their leg is like, wiggling like insanity, and they're just standing there. But it's what it is. But these problems aren't game-breaking. They won't prevent you from finishing the game or progressing. You can simply just move away, and it'll fix itself eventually, because they made a stable game, and that's pretty darn good for 6 years ago, especially with the graphic intensity that they provided. So I have to say kudos to Bethesda for releasing this game in 2011, and I'm pretty sure they're working really hard for the next one. And Bethesda is very good at releasing games anyway, because Fallout, the Fallout series is amazing. Fallout 4 is wonderful. And yes, they improved upon the graphics you see in Skyrim in Fallout, obviously in a different environment, but they have come a long way since the early Elder Scrolls games. And I just have to say that Bethesda is like one of my top developers for video games. It's just hands down, no matter what they come out with from now on, from Skyrim on, I am going to buy their special edition. I'm going to pre-order it, because that's the fan base that they have. Because when you put in so much effort into providing a quality product, you will have an equal amount of a following, a very loyal following. You will have a very loyal following. So I have to say kudos to you, Bethesda, and I am looking forward for the next iteration of Elder Scrolls and the next iteration of Fallout. And I'm also playing Elder Scrolls Online, which is also pretty good. Now, obviously, MMOs have their own, it's a whole different ball game, and they have their own issues and issues that all MMOs face, but they still do a pretty darn good job of that as well. Thank you, Bethesda, for all the games that you have released, and yes, I will keep going back to Skyrim until they come out with the next Elder Scrolls game, because much like the rest of the modding community, it is very, very fun, very, very repeatable, and like I just started playing again, and I'm already at level 31, and pretty much once you reach level 50, there's nothing left to do. But the thing is that there's repeatable quests, and there's now with the special edition, they released Paragon status, like where you can go beyond level, I think it was 100 or 150. So I think this is great. Thank you so much, Bethesda, for this game, and I hope you guys agree. And if you don't, that's fine. Comment down below what you guys think of this video, and comment just whatever you want to do. And make sure to like, subscribe, and make sure to click that notification bell so that you will be notified every time I upload a video, because, you know, who wouldn't want to know? Anyway, thank you all for watching. See y'all next time.